Hey, what's up, y'all? It's popping in the G. About to react to this video about Impressive. This is Khloe Kardashian cheated on again. Tristan's new side chick speaks out. And Yandy and Mendices. I haven't heard from them in years. I don't know what's going on with them. But yeah, I'm not surprised. Tristan is very funny looking. So it's just really odd when people who are funny looking have the audacity to cheat. It's like, you cheating? Like, cheating period is very trifling, but you cheating? But I mean, Khloe isn't, you know what, whatever. Let's see what's going on with them. Let's watch.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Impressive channel. The NBA player Tristan Thompson was exposed again for cheating on his baby mama Khloe Kardashian. Now, are we surprised? No, we are not. Now, the woman who Tristan was cheating with is named Sydney Chase. Sydney Chase is from this crew called the Blackout Girls. And her crew actually sat down and did an interview with Adam 22 from No Jumper. And the girls had a lot of drinks and they were spilling a lot of tea. Later on in the interview, when the girls were completely drunk, it did slip out that Sydney messed around with Tristan. Listen to this.
Sydney, how is Tristan Thompson's?
How was Tristan Thompson, Sydney? It was a peekaboo. But baby, it was good.
What's the peekaboo?
I did not know he wasn't. He told me he was not in a relationship anymore. So I said, okay. So we talked. We hung out multiple times. We went out together.
Explain
everything.
Yourself. Look at
and then
how long ago was this?
This was
January.
I think November. Was it January?
I think it was January.
Probably January. No.
Yo, I'm not even paying attention to what you're saying. If you're
No.
saying anything that's gonna get me sued, just for the record, I wasn't paying attention.
Everyone just
I was
knows
looking at my
shit.
phone.
I have
So we
nothing to
hung
do with
out.
this.
Everything was cool. We were all like, we were fine, blah, blah, blah. He
You
tried to
would've
talk to
saved your
me,
future
and I
clients.
literally said, are you single? Yes. Okay, we can talk. We talked. We hung out multiple times. It happened.
Let me hear
And
that.
then I found out that he was not single, and I cut him off.
Around the time this interview was being filmed, Sydney was on Instagram Live and she was reading out text messages that she allegedly received from Tristan.
Tristan Thompson just said to send me a picture of you three. He literally said, he said, yes, baby, I like that. I want to see what they look like. I'm curious. You got me excited to come back with people better than you. Hey, Tristan begged me. I did not beg him.
What?
Apparently, Khloe is not his type, but I'm his type. And he's
That's my type. That's my type.
Where's your housewife?
Girl, shut up so we can hear her.
Yeah, but he wanted the status to make $1 billion for himself to lead and be able to keep that status, but that I look just like his ex. So to prove to myself I'm his type, that's the first person that he had.
Oh, he
Now, this was an
trifling.
interesting revelation because Sydney was
His
messing
first baby
around
mama
with
is really pretty
Tristan
too.
quite recently. And Tristan has been back with Khloe for probably close to a year now. So the fact that Tristan was messing around with another woman on the side is not surprising, but it is an interesting revelation. Now, after this story got picked up by the blogs, Sydney got contacted by Tristan and she decided to address the story on TikTok. This is what she said.
So I'm sure you've seen our faces and the Blackout Girls name everywhere due to an interview that we did with No Jumper.
He got her to retract her statement.
In this interview, I was asked a question by my friend Hayden, in which I answered honestly. However, I did disclose personal information about Tristan, which I do apologize for because that's not
Don't apologize now.
I shouldn't have done that. However, me answering the question about our past relations, that is true.
Oh, she
We did
dumbed
have
him
past
down.
relations. I then found out that he was in a relationship, and I ended things. In the interview, things got misconstrued while we were drinking. We first met November 11th to be exact, and that's when everything started. And then the last time we had contact, besides when he messaged me after finding out about the interview, it was the day after his daughter's birthday party, which he just got back home from Boston.
So from that video, Sydney didn't really deny having relations with Tristan.
She
In
didn't
fact,
deny it
she
all.
went
She
into
said
more
she
detail.
did.
She said that they actually linked up back in November.
Please stop
And the
showing this
last
picture.
time they really communicated
He is
was
so
after
goofy
Tristan's daughter's birthday. And if you look on Instagram, Tristan's daughter, True, just celebrated her birthday this month on April 12th. So Tristan was messing around with Sydney for months, and this happened while he was back with Khloe. And once again, this is not surprising at all. Tristan is not going to be faithful to Khloe because it's not in him to be faithful. Until he does the internal work in himself, I don't see him being monogamous with anybody. And he especially is not trying to be monogamous with Khloe because he's not really that into her. It's very obvious. And looking at the women that he's been linked to outside of Khloe, it's kind of clear that he has a particular type, and Khloe does not fit that type.
So what he doing with her then?
He's been linked to look a lot like his former girlfriend, Jordan Craig. And this is what Sydney said on that Instagram live video. She said that Khloe is not his type. And she said the reason why he liked her is because she resembled his ex. So it's clear that Tristan likes a particular look. If you look at all of the girls he's been linked to outside of Khloe, they're all either light-skinned black women or racially ambiguous mixed race women. Khloe doesn't look like those women. Even though she tries to darken her skin and tweak her features, she'll never look like those women naturally. So if she's trying to look like those women to keep Tristan around, she needs to stop because it's clear that Tristan has no interest in being faithful to her. I think he likes the perks of being famous and being around the Kardashian family, but I don't think he truly is into Khloe. So Khloe needs to let him go and stop letting him embarrass her. He's embarrassed her so many times. He's cheated on her while she was pregnant with his child. He kissed her family friend, and she had the nerve to take out all that anger on the family friend, Jordan Woods, instead of cutting Tristan off. And now she's back with Tristan again, and he's embarrassing her again. It's a never-ending cycle. But I honestly think that Khloe's ego won't allow her to believe that he's not into her. I think she's kind of deluded herself into thinking that because she's a Kardashian, men won't cheat on her. And obviously that's not true. If she knew any better, she would let Tristan go and stop getting embarrassed because he's going to continue to play her as long as she continues to stay with him. She just has to accept the fact that he's just not into her like that. And I don't think it's anything wrong with her. I just think Tristan has no self-control. He cheated on his ex-girlfriend, Jordan Craig, the same way. So I think the problem really lies with him. Now, on to the last topic. I want to talk about the Love and Hip Hop stars, Yandy Smith and Mendeecees Harris. Yandy and Mendeecees sat down on VH1's Couples Retreat, and they actually talked about Mendeecees' time in prison. Now, if you don't know the backstory, Mendeecees was sentenced to prison for 8 years for drug trafficking, and he actually went to prison right after his wedding ceremony with Yandy. Now, mind you, they did not officially tie the knot, but they did celebrate their union on national TV. And after that, Mendeecees went off to prison. He ended up spending 4 years in prison, and Yandy held him down during the time he was locked up. But even though Yandy was holding him down as much as she could, he felt like she wasn't calling him enough or emailing him enough. When she would miss an email or a call, he kind of felt abandoned. And this is something that a lot of people in prison do face. When they go to prison,
you got unlimited time. I don't.
But this is not exactly what happened in Yandy and Mendeecees' case. Yandy was actually that ride or die chick who stood by her man. And the crazy thing is, when Mendeecees was asked if he would stand by Yandy the way she stood by him when he was locked up, this is what he said.
I say that to you all the time, like, if the roles were reversed, would you hold me down?
No, girl. He wouldn't. He'd be out here dotting, bopping.
If the shoes was on the other foot, I don't know what I would be able to do.
And that's a problem. So, Mendeecees finally admitted that he doesn't know if he would have stayed if the roles were reversed, and that's so hurtful because people have said to me, "You doing all this, would he do that for you?" And I've always combated with, "Yeah, he would. We love each other." But to hear him sit here in my face and be like, "I don't know."
Listen, I'm telling you the truth.
Like, that's so unfair.
Yeah, that is unfair. That is unfair, and this is
why
ride or die relationships should not be glamorized. Mendici's response was not a surprise to me.
Me
A
either.
lot of men wouldn't stay around if their woman was locked up. I would say the rapper Papoose is very, very rare. He stood by his wife Remy
But
Ma
I'm
when she
pretty
was
sure
locked
he
up
was
for
fucking
6
a
years.
second.
Not a lot of men
Let's
will
be
do
clear.
that. Not a lot of
I
men
would
are
bet
cut from
all
that
my money
same
on it.
cloth. So I wasn't really all that surprised by Mendici's answer. And Mendici's did try to clear it up. He went on Instagram and said, I never said I wouldn't have held Yandy down. I felt like I didn't want to say what everyone wanted me to say because it sounds good and salacious. What I meant was you don't know what you'll do until you are in that situation and they become your circumstances and you figure it out. I believe actions speak louder than words and love conquers all.
Boy,
And
it's
if
a
anybody
whole lot of
knows me, they
nothing.
know I love my family. So that's what
Bye.
Mendici said to kind of clean it up. But honestly, I think he meant what he said the first time. He doesn't know if he would really be loyal to Yandy in the way that she was loyal to him. And that is a huge red flag. This is why the whole ride or die mentality can be very crippling because there are a lot of people in relationships who are wasting a lot of time and energy on somebody who would never look out for them in the same way if the tables were turned.
That's a fact.
This is something that Yandy really has to grapple with. And if she wants to stay in the relationship, that's her business. But she has to keep in mind that if times get rough and hard for her, it won't be guaranteed that he will stay around. Just saying. But anyway, tell what you all.
I'm glad I watched that because I've been saying this for years. Listen, and this is very common with women. Women are so quick to be a ride or die, to give up everything, to stay with a man who's doing them dirty, who's cheating, who would never reciprocate that. They would be gone if you went to jail. They would be gone if you cheated on them. Like, I say this all the time, but we as women, we're so forgiving and we're so like, okay, I'm gonna give them another chance. They seem sincere, yada, yada, yada. I've definitely been guilty of this as well. But just know, if the roles were reversed, you probably won't get that same courtesy. Just know that. Just know that. Why you being so generous and forgiving and trying to be, a ride or die and all that, just, ask yourself, would this nigga ride or die for me? Because chances are, he might not. He might, some men are loyal. But I wouldn't bet my money on it. Tristan is a goofy. I don't understand why Khloe wants him so bad. And yeah, he clearly likes women who don't look like her, like at all. So I'm not sure what she's doing with him, but hey, you like it, I love it. If you want to force a family with this man, then that's your business. But yeah, he's a big goofy. He looks so goofy and corny. I don't see the appeal at all, but sure. Y'all let me know what y'all thought though. Let me know what other videos you want to watch, and I'll see y'all in the next time.